Hey, gorgeous. This is episode number 236. You are listening to Hard Sales Podcast. I'm your host, Christine Schlonski, and it is Variety Friday. Woohoo! I'm so happy you're here. Happy Friday. I hope you had an amazing week. And Fridays is the day where I share some of my experience and advice that I've learned in high-ticket event sales over the phone, that I learned on my journey as an entrepreneur. I share amazing resources, or I answer your questions. And today is one of those wonderful days where I have an amazing new resource that is coming out and that you can get your hands on May 31st. So by the time we are recording this episode now, it's just a day away, right? Or 2 days away. So make sure you definitely tune in and you do not miss this, because this episode could change your life. I have the amazing Cara Lee Remlinger with us. She is a multipreneur, a success coach, and a money mindset expert. She helps ambitious entrepreneurs to bust their income limits with ease, using their inner manifestation power. She also shares her knowledge and expertise on international stages, and her brand new book, that's a secret resource, is coming out, The Rich Bitch, 7 Steps to Financial Independence. And you really need to tune in, because A, this is going to be a ton of fun, and B, Cara Lee's story is amazing. So welcome, Cara Lee.
Yes, hello, Christine.
I'm so excited to have you here, not just because you're an amazing client and I love your work, but I also had the opportunity to get a sneak preview into your book. And I'm so thrilled and pumped that this is going to come out soon, in a couple of days to be exact, and people really can get their hands on the book. So just to give people a little perspective, you talk about manifestation power, and I know you're so awesome when it comes to manifestation. Tell people a little bit, like, why did we meet? What happened next? And how was your past? So we can take people on that little journey to see what they can learn.
Whoa, so many questions. Okay, so very shortly, who I am, where I am coming from. I was born in Poland, and I had something that people call not very nice start in my life. I am from rather poor family, and I always had dreams to live somewhere abroad. My dream was at that time to go to Germany, and this is what I did when I was 22. But of course, without knowing the language, at that time, political and economical situation was different. I didn't know that I need visa, and many problems I pulled on me at that time. But still, I always believed there has to be a way. And fast forward, being broke for 4 times, being very sick, having very abusive husband, I managed to turn everything 180 degrees, and I managed to manifest myself the perfect life. The perfect life meaning I live in Monaco, I have the business that I love, I have wonderful partner, and I am very happy. How we met? Yes, this was also the manifestation. I had no idea what does it mean to do the business. I had business coach at that time. It was a few years ago, so my business had already structure. But of course, if we want to go to the clients, we need to sell what we have. And I knew that this, what I have, is amazing. It can help so many people. But I had no freaking idea how to go to these people. And I met here in Monaco, wonderful Polish woman who told me about you. And of course, we started to talk, and the connection was there immediately. And so I came to you to learn how to sell from the heart.
Yeah, it's such, I just love the story. So it was Katrina, I believe.
Yes.
And yes, I'm just, because her name is written in, the Polish way, I'm always trying to get it right in my head. And she actually attended one of my sales mentality masterclasses. And we had a call afterwards, and like I was able to help her to see something she didn't see. And so she said like I changed her life, which is always like wonderful to hear. And her business really, really took off. She's really successful right now. And, you know, I'm so touched by these stories when I get to do my magic for these heart-centered, amazing people like her and like you that have such an important message and do such wonderful work, but have never learned to sell their services or products. So yeah, that's where we connected. And then, you know, you took one of my classes, and then you asked me to work with you privately, which we did. And I just would love for people to get, what's the importance for you working with mentors and coaches?
Well, for me, this is the only one way how to be successful quickly. Because of course we can try out this way and this way and this way. This maybe is working, this is maybe not working. And having mentor, having coach, it's just, okay, show me the way. Let's take some shortcuts. And this is why I always work with coaches and mentors. I always have some of them in different areas of my life. So it was natural for me that I want to have also sales coach.
Yeah. And, you know, I love what you are doing for your tribe as well, because what I really admire when people always strive to become the best version of themselves. And I know you always work on yourself, and then you can give more to your people because you work on yourself, you invest in yourself, and you really set that high standard that your people can follow you, and they see, well, she is actually doing what she preaches.
Yes, definitely. There is no another way. If you are a coach, a person who is teaching something, you have to live what you are teaching.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, totally agree. So let's just share this one fun fact, because I just love it, of how you can manifest, right? I mean, when we started working, you had an idea, but you didn't really know what are you going to get yourself into. So can you share this, well, little story, what happened on this one weekend where we just had started to work like for 4 weeks or 6 weeks with each other?
well, this is like my favorite story. I got a crazy idea to do seminar, even if I didn't do it before. And it was so crazy, starting with booking the hotel and just scheduling this for, yes, 2 days, and not really know how I can get people there. But with your help, of course, I got full room. It was, yes, sold out. So I was very, very happy. And of course, the point was to teach people, but also to sell them my programs.
Yeah.
And because I am a person who can talk for hours, but forgets that I should sell as well. I should say, hello, there is a program, you can come and work with me. Well, thank God I had you next to me. You were showing me with your signs that I should start selling because really I just forgot it.
Yeah.
And thanks to you, to your help, in that weekend, we were able to make almost 6 figures revenue. It was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I love the story. And it's something that happens so often to my clients. They're so excited about what they do, and they just simply forget. They don't have a structure because they're so busy teaching that they, you know, we created your product, right? We created several levels. So we would actually support people with different price points to get their hands on your work. And yeah, the results were just amazing. So it still like totally uplifts me when we talk about this, because it made such a big impact, not just for you, but for everybody who was allowed to work with you. So I just love how you talk about manifestation and how you actually do it yourself. It's just a wonderful raw model. And you know, you put it in your books. It's the 7 steps to financial independence. So let's talk about the steps. And maybe we can go deeper into 1 or 2 steps to kind of give the audience an idea, because you are giving it away in your book, right? People can really follow those steps and get massive, massive success.
Yes, this was actually the idea that people who maybe still cannot pay my service, so they still can already learn something. I put also some exercises in this book, so you can really, when you follow, start to have your success. And of course, I put it into 7 steps. One of them is, for example, that you should, of course, get back your responsibility for your whole life. Another step is you should follow your dreams, of course. So many people forget that there were some dreams when they were younger. Right now they are talking about what is realistic. This is for me a big, I don't want to say any bad word, but misunderstanding, let's say it like this.
Yeah.
We should, of course, forget our surrounding, because only that surrounding is saying to us that you cannot do something. It doesn't mean that it's true. And of course, I don't want to right now talk about all the steps here, but yes, one and the most important thing is that I'm talking about also in this book is what is your relationship with money? And manifest, how you can see money positive, because nowadays we see still money as big evil, and this is big part also of my coaching, to be finally friends with the subject.
Yeah. So many people think because they do something very well, they can't charge for it because it's not hard work. It's fun, it's easy, it's flow. And so they don't have the right to charge. And you help in your book to kind of clean up this belief and help people seeing a new way of seeing things, a different perspective, and really helping them to manifest. So I've witnessed, because you invited me also to teach some of your clients in your amazing mastermind, and I've seen what they've been able to manifest, and it just blows my mind when I think about it. Like, and you had like all different industries, right? So I remember this one lady, Tanya, who is a hairdresser, who completely transformed her life and who was able to make this huge impact with her salon, like on in the countryside, right? Not even in a big city or something, like really. And you guided her all along the way with manifesting, and she did manifest. Oh my goodness. So what is it that you would love to share with us on this, or in this conversation, that if people would apply it, they already would feel a difference in their life or in their business?
Oh, well, I love success stories of my clients. Yes. You mentioned Tanya. She still manifests like crazy.
Yep.
I just love it. Well, people misunderstand nowadays also manifestation. They think that this is only about positive thinking. And many people who come to me and they are saying to me, you know what, but I had some lessons already, I read some books, and I am already positive, but it's still not working. And I always say to people, look what you are saying to me. It's not working. So what are you manifesting? You're manifesting that it's not working. And people very often have aha moment already in this short second, like, oh my God, this what I'm saying is manifesting. We are word. I love the sentence. I heard it like a few weeks ago. Word, I am word. And actually it is like this. It's not what we are wishing for, it's what we are really speaking. Because it could be that I'm sitting at home thinking about my fabulous life, these big millions that I want to attract. And then I'm meeting my friend and she is asking me, hey, how are you? And I'm starting like, oh, my business is not working, and the partner this, and children this. And it's not the way. It's not the way. Just to think and wishing for something beautiful, it has still with manifestation nothing to do.
Yeah, that's such a true and important point, to make that differentiation between our thoughts and then that what we are saying to other people, what really comes out of our mouth. That needs to be equally watched. It's not just about creating that beauty and dream world in our minds. It's also like, how do we communicate? And I believe, I mean, it's not really about saying something that isn't true. I mean, if you really feel not good, that's totally fine. You don't need to pretend like you feel super amazing and everything is fine, but at least not going into this complaining mode instead of saying, yeah, it's working right now and I'm focusing on things to be better. That would be a good start, wouldn't it?
Yes, you are totally right. It doesn't mean that we have to pretend and say, oh, I'm so freaking amazing, even if we feel not well at the second. But the thing is, don't go down with the spiral. Don't bathe in this bad feeling. Just acknowledge this. Say, okay, today I'm not well. What can I do right now that I feel better? And this is already totally different energy. You are concentrating yourself on possible solutions, and this is actually what is bringing you forward.
Yeah. So what was like the biggest thing for you when you started walking down that path? Because, I know when you moved to Monaco, you started at zero. And, you came out of that really bad relationship and you left a really good job. I mean, that was a huge leap of faith. What happened that you had that strength that you were able to decide to move on?
Well, I think the main point was I knew how miserable it is to be miserable, and I
Yeah.
really didn't want it. I really wanted to have a better life. I really, really wanted. It was not only that I was sitting and thinking, oh, it would be better to have better life. I really wanted. I wanted to live next to the sea. I wanted to live somewhere when it's like really sunny, it's warm, and I wanted to enjoy good money. I wanted to be independent. I wanted to have time. I wanted to sleep. Crazy thing like this. I was getting up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning when I was working for the company, and
Yeah.
I hated this. So it was like, for many people, a little dream. For me, it was huge. And just this need, this desire, it was so burning that I was ready to do everything it takes to change it.
Yeah. I remember in one conversation, let's see if I can get this together, but that was so impactful what you said to me. And it had to do with making that decision of moving forward or not. I think it was something around, like, are you ready to lose it all to gain it all or something like
Uh-huh.
that? Do you
Yes.
remember what that was?
Yes, I remember this. I heard it long time ago from my coach, and this, at that moment when I heard it, it has shaken me to the core, because she said to me, "Are you willing to lose everything to gain everything?"
Oh, it
And
still gives me
of
chills.
course, yes, I still have also goosebumps when I hear myself speaking it. But at that moment, first, I didn't understand it. It was like, what? I should lose everything again? I knew how it is to be homeless, have no food, being hungry. I didn't want it, but I didn't understand the deeper meaning. It was not only about material things, it was about all the blockages I have in me, all this old little Caroli that was not ready to have fantastic life, let go of toxic relationships, of toxic friends, of toxic family. Are
Mm.
you ready to let go of everything to gain everything?
And because it's such a profound question, and when you told me about this, I thought about it a long time. When was it that the coach asked you that question?
It was at the moment when I really wanted to break through with my business. I needed first clients, and as I said, I never had business before, and I was really full of doubts. I was questioning myself, I was questioning my knowledge, my abilities, my everything, my skills. And she got angry with me. And she said at that moment this sentence, and I got quiet.
Yeah, so powerful. And I love it because we all have doubts, right? It's not like we wake up every morning thinking, oh, well, I can conquer the world. There are days where, well, I don't, where I'm thinking like, oh, should I do it like this? Or would this have a better impact? Or this person mentioned something and now I'm thinking about it, but then realizing, oh, it's not even my ideal client. Why don't I, do I even care? So we all have doubts. So if you are listening, gorgeous, just please know you're never alone with your doubts, with your fears. We all have them, maybe just on different levels, right? Because you grow and then you get to your next plateau. And then you hang around a little and then you get annoyed and frustrated probably. And you think like, well, how can I get to the next level? So it's more like a staircase that you have to climb one step at a time. Sometimes you're just faster. Maybe you climb 3 steps at the same time, but we all get to a point where we do have doubts and fears and frustrations, and going through them and pushing through them and growing is so important. And that's why I think it's so important that you get your hands on Caroli's book. You can get that at richbitchnow.com. What a great URL. And you have also some really amazing bonuses. So tell us, do I have to buy the book first to get the bonuses? Like, how does it work?
Well, if you go to this page, richbitchnow.com, you can, of course, buy a book, and we will have special promotion on 31st. So you can buy the ebook only for 99 cents. So it's like really, wow.
Yeah, cool.
But even if you don't buy this book, but you are a listener of this wonderful podcast of Christina, you may still get your bonuses. What is there? There is a PDF, just to remind you, how does it look like to manifest? So I put their manifestation loop in 4 steps. Of course, if you read the book, you will understand it even more. And there is 11 audios that you will get on your email, where I read the science of getting rich and I explain it chapter by chapter.
Wow, that's pretty profound. Well, thank you. That's really cool. I really appreciate that, you invested your time today to have that conversation with me. And I'm so excited to talk about your book. I just love your work and your big heart. And I know that you so deeply care for your clients to help them to manifest their dream life. And I think in this regard, we think the same, like freedom and, living our dreams is so important to us that we so desire for everyone else to have that opportunity. But for people to have that opportunity, they need to overcome blocks. I mean, we also need to overcome blocks. It's not that I'm excluding myself for sure. It's just that once you start going for your dreams and you realize most obstacles are just in your head, then you're going to be blown away, and you are so empowered by your own abilities that you can come up with an idea and you just keep going for it.
Yes, you are 100% right. And funny thing is that one of my chapters in the book is on challenges on your way to success. There is no way to success without any challenges, because thanks to challenges we can grow, we can develop ourselves. And yes, many of them are just imaginary. There are only like fears in our heads. And even if you are in the situation that you maybe don't like in the moment, you still can find so many solutions out of this if you know how to do this. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. Well, I invite you, go to richbitchnow.com and get your copy of the book, especially on May 31st, 2020. That's hopefully you listen before or on that day. If you're listening later, don't worry. Obviously, you can still get the book. Not for 99 cents then, but you can still get the book and you can get the amazing resources that are available on that page, richbitchnow.com. And I would love to hear from you. Send me an email to info@christineschlonski.com and let's have the conversation. What is the biggest thing that you have manifested, right? What was your biggest dream that came true for you? Like for Cara Lee, it was moving to Monaco, like living close to the sea, enjoying this beautiful life and, well, having more sleep. And that was a starting point for me too, because when I was still in corporate, I had to get up at 5:00 and I hated it because I had to. Well, now it's a different thing. Now I can choose. And sometimes I do get up at 5, sometimes I don't. But just knowing that I can choose, that I don't have to, has totally changed the quality of my life. So I would love to know from you, what is it that you made possible, that you manifested? And if it's 100,000 things, congratulations. If you're new on that journey, definitely get the book and make sure you read it and follow the steps. And thank you so much for having been here today, for sharing this amazing resource. I'm so excited for you. A huge congratulations on another dream you made come true. Right? Because we talked about it and, it took a while. There were some challenges and you pushed through everything. You manifested the right people, the right team. It was just beautiful to watch and witness. So thank you for your wonderful work and all the magic you are doing in the world. And is there anything you would love to leave our listeners with?
Well, I want to empower everyone who is right now listening. You can go for your dream life. It doesn't matter where you are right now. You can do this.
Yeah, awesome. And I totally agree. So there's nothing more to be said. Pop on over to christineschlonski.com, find the podcast tab, and definitely check out this episode. Get the transcript, the resources. I will put a link to Cara Lee so you can connect with her on social media. Go to her website. Everything is on that page. So it's easy for you and just one click away. And that is episode number 236. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I'm saying bye for now.